My name's JWong. I'm from Toronto, and the location of my story is in Seoul, South Korea. The story begins with my being in graduate school. I went to graduate school in the United States, so there was already a bit of displacement there as being a Canadian studying in the US, but at the time I was doing my field research in Korea. One of the interesting things that I learned while I was in Korea is that apparently, according to Koreans, I look Korean. And the Koreans are ferociously nationalistic. And I don't speak Korean. I only speak Chinese. And one of the things that I found was that they were deeply offended by the fact that I couldn't speak any Korean. And it dawned on me then that I didn't really belong in this society at all. There was a barrier in terms of language, but there was also a sense of not belonging that had been imposed on me because people had presumed I was Korean, even though I wasn't. So as a result, one of the first phrases I learned in Korean was 중국인입니다, which means that I am Chinese. And this was really the only way in which I could navigate in the society in which everyone just presumed that I was Korean. And for me, this was a deep sense of not belonging. I've since been invited back to spend lots of time in Korea, to teach there, for instance. And I've always maintained to my colleagues there that because of that one experience, because an identity had been attributed to me, that this was something that had left me feeling that I couldn't belong. Even though, as we know, in this globalized world and in multicultural societies, people of all different ethnic backgrounds can find a sense of belonging anywhere. One of the things that I found was that in South Korea, I just could not move beyond that particular attribution of ethnicity on myself. So that's my story of feeling, of having not belonged in a particular society.